Here we are talking about linear progressions. A lot of you understand the concept of periodization, but what this is going to be a demonstration of more of a client-centric approach to programming. What I mean by that is that we're looking at the results week on week of what the client is doing for a particular exercise, and then based on those results, we're writing the next week's progression. Contrary to this, what we often do, and how I definitely first started in programming, was to essentially write out 5 to 6 weeks of progressions immediately, following the general principles where over time we're trying to increase load of an exercise. So you, for example, you start with 12 reps, after 2 weeks you drop to 10 reps, after 2 weeks you drop to 8 reps. But it doesn't really always work like that, and sometimes we actually end up rushing the process a lot more than we should do. So in this example, let's say that this client is going through a hypertrophy block of training. In this exercise, we're specifically using the dumbbell, a dual dumbbell bench press. What you're going to see here is week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, and week 6. First column is the sets and the reps. Here is what the athlete actually lifted, what load they lifted, and how many reps they completed for each one. And the last column, we've got reps in reserve. I'm going to talk about that in another video. We're going to take this week by week, so ignore everything that's been written below. Week 1, I prescribe for this athlete 3 sets of 12 on a dumbbell bench press. What they do is in set 1, 10 kilograms to 12 reps, 12 kilograms, and then 14 kilograms. So they increase their load across all of our sets. Now, remember, when we talk about the overload principle when it comes to programming, what we're trying to do is ensure that the overall amount of volume lifted each week is progressively more than the previous week. Volume, remember, is a load times a repetition. So in this case, what I'm going to do is actually, I'm going to keep the prescription exactly the same. 3 sets of 12 again in week 2. But this time, I'm going to have the athlete start at 12 kg. And so this time they go 12 kg, 14 kg, and 14 kg. So the overall amount of volume lifted here was more than week 1. Now, do I need to now change the reps and sets based on what the athlete recorded here? No, I don't. I think I can still create some more progression here. I'm actually going to give them the exact same set and rep scheme in week 3. This time what they do is they do 14 kg across all of their sets. And in set 1, they did 12 reps. In set 2, they did 12 reps. And in set 3, they started to hit some fatigue and only dropped to 10 reps. Now, these are all performed with perfect execution. Now, do I now need to change the reps and sets based upon what they did in week 3? No. I actually think that we can stick with 14 kg and see if we can try to complete more reps. So in week 4, the same sets and the same repetitions again. This time the athlete is able to do 14 kilograms across all their sets, and they're able to do 12 repetitions across all their sets. So this is the first time now where, as a coach, I might need to make a change in the way that I prescribe their sets and reps, because I know as well with most kilograms and dumbbells and kilograms, sorry, they're probably going to go up in 2 kilogram jumps in this case, for example. So instead, what I'm going to do now is I can't just ask them to do 16 kilograms and expect them to hit 12 reps again. I'm now going to give them a bit of a repetition range. So if we go up and weight, giving them more options in terms of how many reps they complete. So now we're going to move to 4 sets of 8 to 12 repetitions. The reason I've gone to 4 sets is if I just did 3 sets of 8 to 12, I might not necessarily be increasing the amount of overall volume lifted, because whilst the weight has increased, the repetitions may actually drop. So here I'm going to go 4 sets of 8 to 12, giving them a 4 rep spread, and here's what the athlete did. They started with 16 kilograms. They knew they could start at 16 because they could already do 12 reps at 14. They did 11 reps. And then they dropped to 10 reps, and they dropped to 9 reps, they dropped to 8 repetitions. Now, do I need to change my rep and set prescription? No, I definitely do not. So this time what I'm going to do, I'm going to say 4 sets of 8 to 12 again, but this time, this is where I'm going to use my coaching hat, because I know that what they did in the 5th week, they started with 11 repetitions, and because they probably pushed a little bit too close to failure, they ended up dropping off in their repetitions throughout the sets. So overall, they accumulated 21, 30, 38 repetitions. Now, I'm going to deliberately hold them back in their first set in their final week here, and instead I'm just going to ask them to do 10 reps across as much as they can. So they did 10, 10, 10, fatigue still started to creep in, they only hit 9, but I've hit 39 reps at 16 kilograms versus 38 reps at 16 kilograms. What I want this to be a demonstration of, guys, is the importance of client-centric coaching, whereby sometimes having a predetermined rep set progression for an exercise can be really great. Sometimes we end up just exhausting all our options as a coach way too soon, and we don't actually get the intended stimulus for our client or for our athlete.